It's like I want to have a good relationship with my mother. She sucks.
Welcome, everyone, to Men Pro Health. I am Dino the Genetic Marvel. Below me is Mr. Cole Clayton, and below him is Marco Torres of Upside Down Studios. And today we are discussing two very important things: mansplaining versus shelaborating. Now, for anyone who does not know, mansplaining is the explanation of something by a man, typically to a woman, in a manner regarded as condescending or patronizing. Shelaborating is when Shelaborating is when a woman gives a 30-minute answer to a very simple question. We are investigating what are the differences.
It doesn't even have to be a question. Sometimes, like, they'll just tell you stuff, and then you're like, "What are you talking about?"
Also true. Hello, Victoria. When I explained the difference to Victoria, she was like, "Oh, you're going to get a lot of hate on that." I'm like,
Nobody watches this.
No. I can get to. Look, here's a perfect example. A female that all three of us know.
"Oh, don't."
She has an issue with her riding lawnmower.
Victoria.
It's not Victoria.
There was a bracket that broke, needed 2 bolts taken out and re-put in. 45 minutes later, we still haven't got to the fucking bolts or the bracket. It's this piece that if you put under your hand, what the fuck do you need?
Yeah, well, listen, and Victoria says you're making it sound like we're all Abe Simpson. I mean, I had a lemon in my shirt because that was the style, and I was walking down the road sideways because, like, yeah.
No, every fucking story that a woman starts with, so 65 million years ago, the dinosaurs died. You're like, fucking Christ. Here we go.
Well, it just depends on ethnicity, because it could have been 65 million years ago we came up out the water. or 60 or 5,000 years ago, God put us all on the earth.
Right. 65 million years ago, we were promised this land.
I mean, basically, who the hell starts a story with 65 million? I mean, listen, Victoria, a lot of people. It's an issue. It's a definite issue. That's the point. It's this is the thing is, I think a lot of people will stand there and throw around, "Oh, you're mansplaining," when it's like, no, I'm just giving an explanation and you're stupid. Like I feel like people will just call it mansplaining when, like, I'm not treating you condescendingly or patronizingly because you're a woman. I'm doing it because I think you're an idiot. Because I'll talk down to man, woman, child, doesn't matter, right?
That's where the hate comes from.
I think it started like way before any condescending happened. I
Yes.
think most women just think they're being condescended to because they're not using their fucking brain. And then when you're fucking right, generally as the man, and they figure out and they almost lose their fucking finger or something to that effect, or end up with a concussion or some kind of fucking ailment, then it's still, well, nobody said nothing, or somebody else told me this. Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I think you and me, Marco, have both stated how much we've hated that in past episodes.
Well, this is the thing,
Not
right?
only did you not take my mansplanation, but you went and took somebody else's mansplanation.
Right.
So fuck you and your labia.
Well, see, this is the thing, though, is it's more, you mean an asshole. Yes, that's correct. People are assholes. Assholes are predominantly the ones who get mansplained to. Because
I know a lot of guys that are assholes.
Yes.
I know a whole lot of guys that are assholes.
But that's the thing is, I will mansplain to them too. I'm like, okay, so listen, you're dumb. So let's start in the beginning. Have you wiped your ass today? Let's just start there. Let's, it's.
Yeah, see, that's the difference between men and women too. We start off with, have you wiped your ass today? Woman starts off with, 65 million years ago, the dinosaurs. See how that works?
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's an issue. I feel like it's definitely an issue.
Stay at least in the same millennia,
Oh, God.
decade.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I
well,
asked about today. Like,
well, that's the whole like really talk, right? Like we'll talk, but not about stuff. Someone's like, "Oh, so and so's getting married." All right, cool. And they're like, "Oh, do you know where?" No. Do you know when? No. Do you know to who? No. I just know he's getting married. That's
Yeah.
it. Is it
he's not,
Women will fucking
he's
go.
not getting it, Dino.
Women will go fucking nuts too. Like, it's your friend. How long you known him? About 15, 20 years. What's he do? Is he married?
Why?
Kids?
Yeah.
What the fuck do I need to know this stupid shit?
That drives me crazy because it's like, why am I being interrogated right now?
Right,
What?
I fucking hate that. I hate that. My mom is famous for that shit.
What I like to do is just fill in the blanks. Is he married? I don't know. There were like 4 women in his house. Like he might just live with children. I don't know. It might be foster care. Like,
It might be a pedo. I mean, I haven't seen him in 20 years.
People get weird. The pandemic.
Changed.
Pandemic. Yeah, a lot's changed, you know? Yeah.
You know what else to do? I feel like classifying this whole thing, you know, them women out there who ask you to do something
Yes.
because they claim they don't know how to do it.
Lies.
Then you're working on whatever they asked you to work on, and then they want to tell you how to do it.
Correct.
You motherfucker.
Listen, you can tell me what you want done or how you want it done. You cannot tell me both. That's it. So just for this podcast, I will try and incorporate 65 million years ago into a conversation with you one day.
I have the greatest T-shirt idea for our merch, our merch design. That background that Marco's got right there on the shirt, and underneath each bubble, you got the boy one, and it's like something cunty or whatever, and then under the girl one, it just says, "So 65 million years ago." ...
But you gotta have the circles right over the tits.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nipple
Perfect.
right over the
Perfect.
nipples.
Yep.
Yeah. That's quality. That's how you do it.
That's a great shirt right there. Whatever. We'll ask Victoria. Whatever dudes predominantly say is what we'll put under the boy one.
Yeah.
Waiting
What do
for
you
her
mean?
to say something sarcastic.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah. I find this like because a lot of people will attack as soon as you're trying to explain anything. Like, stop mansplaining. Be like, okay, well, you asked for an explanation. I don't know what you want.
Well, I think mansplaining, from what I've been told, when I've been accused of mansplaining, is when I'm trying to explain what's going on when nobody asked.
Yeah.
And I am a perpetrator of doing that to people, and I do that to women or men. It don't matter, because I'm just like, okay, so this is what needs to happen because of this, that, and the other. Especially in the kitchen. I'm real bad about. But like, I don't think they have to necessarily ask. It's just a lot of times, I guess dudes, we have a tendency to try and explain what's going on when the other person didn't necessarily even give a fuck in the first place. But that's just kind of how dudes communicate, though.
See,
So
but
go
ahead.
Here's the easiest and simplest example. All right, Adam and Eve. Adam comes down. Eve, don't eat the fucking apple. God said don't eat the apple. Eve, well, 65 minutes ago, the snake comes around the corner. And me and the snake were talking, and the snake just happened to say, "Hey, that apple looks pretty good." So I picked the apple and said, "Well, Adam said that we didn't have to eat, that we weren't allowed to eat this, that God said we couldn't eat this." But then, you know, I was talking to the fish lady over there when I was riding the unicorn, and the unicorn said to talk to the snake over there that's 65 minutes away. So after I talked to the snake, I got hungry after a while, and why can't I eat this apple? Crunch.
Yeah. Basically, see, this is the problem. Like in a perfect world, men would be blind and women would be deaf, right? Because
men would be deaf, right?
Men are deaf.
Would be deaf, and women would be blind, right?
Men
But
can't
we're
be deaf.
ugly and they talk a lot.
Men, no. See, this is the thing: is men believe what they see, right? Whereas women believe what they hear. That's why you have some Rico Suave just talking shit, and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm very important to him." And I'm like, "No, that's a lie. He's lying to your face."
A female that got talked out of their drawers by a piece of shit that didn't have a job or a car.
Every time, right? and the best part is when they try and be like, "Oh, well, it's different between us." Okay,
I don't think that would be a perfect world if we were blind and they were deaf, because how would babies get made? We have to, if we're deaf and they're blind.
You never fucked in the dark?
Hey,
fucked in the dark, but I knew what she looked like before. Like,
when I say perfect world,
like whoever the fuck you want her to look like.
Also true, you're blind.
Oh my God, that's my point. If I'm blind, I don't really have any effort.
Tonight it's Halle Berry. Tomorrow it's fucking Boo Berry.
I gotta be honest with you. Like, if I could not see bitches, I really probably wouldn't get in as much trouble as I do.
That's my point.
but that's my point too, because then I would have no reason to fuck them. I wouldn't have children and procreation with these.
Being blind, he have a bunch of random pocket pussies in the walls of his house.
Exactly.
Walk up and start fucking a wall.
Like, I'm 9 years away from erectile dysfunction, and I am counting down the days. I cannot wait. Do you know how much shit I'm going to get done when I don't have to think about women anymore?
No, you get lazy and you don't chase the mailman anymore.
Bro, that's oh my God. That's just painful. Just also too, like one of the best insults I've ever dropped, and I got it from one of my older brothers, was this: somebody talking shit, like, "Hey man, go fuck the wall." And I'm like, in that world, it would just go fuck the wall. You're like, go fuck the
they
wall.
make pocket pussies for that now.
I mean, listen,
you just drill the hole in the wall, you slide her in, you lube it up, and you go at it. Joe Rogan talked about.
I am tired of us making fun of these brilliant men who fuck couches and walls and stuff. One of them's the vice president now.
Dude, yeah, but you got to think about this though, because, and I'm not gonna lie, I knew kids growing up that fuck couches too. It didn't make sense to me, man. That friction, that's like wearing a pair of corduroys in the fucking summertime. That doesn't feel good. That, you catch a good run and you got rug burn on your dick.
Okay, but to be fair, not every dude can get a 30-year-old bitch when he's 13, Marco.
Also true. I mean, I feel like you're just, your parents tried to shield you from that, because nothing good is gonna come from that. Be like, hey, why don't you go hit on that 30-year-old woman?
Why don't you go talk to the babysitter so you're not fucking my couch? Like,
that's exactly the parenting my mama used.
That's not good parenting, bro. That's bad parenting. Like, that is.
Hey, but my mama still got the same sofa she's had for 20 years.
This is that good fucking plastic covering.
No, my aunt had the plastic covering, and that's why my cousin's dick is crooked.
Oh my God. This is not off hard, bro.
Dude, that's
why do you know that your Why do you know that your cousin's dick is crooked? That's
he used to brag about it.
Brag about it.
Yeah, his shit. I don't know. I've never looked at it, but apparently it's got it's got an L shape to it.
L shape, Jesus. Everybody's dick kind of bend a certain way after a while because of just overuse.
Not in that. That's it. Like if you were playing Mortal Kombat, that would be like a fatality.
He brags about that.
He did when we were kids.
Well, you can break your dick. That is true. That is a thing.
Oh, if he did, it had to have been the fucking plastic on the sofa. I'm just saying.
It had to be the plastic.
You know what? There's nothing worse is when people are like, "Oh, if your grandma had a plastic on her furniture, it was because she was a squirter," and you're like, "Oh, that's so fucking."
Yeah.
I talk about that on stage. I'm the reason why Nana had plastic on the sofa.
Oh, That's so nasty. That's the dirtiest fucking. That is right there where you're like, oh, you have a problem. That's fine.
Yeah, I was the original Tomb Raider. Her name was Bessie.
Do you think the first person who was like in like Salem, the first dude who was fucking a bitch and she squirted, he was like, witch?
100%. I mean, like, if you do it right, her eyes roll up behind her head and then she starts leaking. You're like, I broke it.
She a little bit levitates, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah, see, I get worse. Like, everybody talks about, oh, I'd love to be back in them days. No, there was no soap. There was no razors. There was no, baths were far and in between. There was no head because you either had severe dick cheese or your cooter was like a salmon between two pieces of fucking fur.
Yeah, the one kind of invented in the late 1800s. So.
Let's be honest. Men wouldn't give a shit because they're disgusting. Let's be honest.
And
women, they do weird shit anyway.
Just speak for yourself, Dino. Speak for yourself, okay?
And then can you imagine before somebody decided to stuff a piece of cotton up their twat? They fucking just bled out.
Okay, all right. Now we're going a little far here.
That's the line. Is that the line, Cole?
Yes,
is that
that's the line.
Okay.
That's I'm drawing it.
That's the line. Fuck the Jews.
If nobody's drawing the line, I'm drawing it right here.
Why is that a thing, Marco? Jesus, circle back. Yeah, thank you. 65 million years ago. Jesus Christ.
The Tyrannosaurus was bleeding.
Oh my God.
That is what would happen.
The thesaurus?
Not a thesaurus. Tyrannosaurus.
Oh.
See, that was mansplaining.
That was also. I think there should be a term for going on a tangent for you guys. I mean,
it's not a tangent because a tangent would imply that there's a point at the end of it and that we're going to get back to it in a second. We just go left. We're like children that should have been on a leash. It's like when we're out in public, you know.
Yeah.
You're right. You probably were on a leash.
Yeah.
No, I got kidnapped.
Yeah, he got kidnapped. You didn't. Yeah,
somebody cut the leash.
Should have been. I'm 100%. Literally, I am exactly. I've always been this way. Think about it. Some dude was like, "Hey, you want to go to Florida?" I was like, "Yeah, let's go."
Oh, yeah.
No, some dude was like, "You sure do got a pretty mouth."
I promise you, nothing happened. It was the kidnapping was way more fun than the fucking not being kidnapped part of life. Donkey Kong had just come out, like.
Oh God, yeah.
I didn't have to suck his pee-pee, but my hands stayed nice and soft for him.
God.
It happened like that.
Oh. You're both
a lot of lotion.
I feel like I just need to cover this more than once at least, just so you both know. In my eyes, you're both perverts. Like it's like 100%. I'm like, man,
I didn't do anything.
You're definitely a pervert too, sir.
What the fuck did I do? I'm a lover boy. There's a difference.
You're a scary pervert because
I'm a lover boy.
I am a pervert. I fucking proudly say I'm a pervert.
Yes.
You deny it. You're a weird
No, like, you advertise that you're a pervert. It's different.
He's a pervert. I'm a hopeless romantic. There's a completely different thing. Completely different thing.
You just said you was going to fuck your wall.
No, I didn't. He said that. That was him.
I told him to fuck the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is technically.
And it crossed your mind.
I fucked some uterine walls in my day. I think is that how it works?
All girth, no length. That's fine. Yeah, just he tore the paint off the walls, but you know,
oh yeah,
the roof was unfinished. The roof was unfinished, but the walls fucked. Yeah, that's fair.
Tore the paint off the wall, but never made it down the hallway.
What is down the hallway? That sounds scary. That was like when Grandpa was like, "Y'all go down yonder." I don't want to go down yonder. Why? Yeah, what's down there?
Florida. I don't know. No, it's I'm to try and get back on track. Hold on, Dino. I'm here for 30 seconds because my dad is watching. It thinks you're funny for calling them perverts, but I'm going to leave so you can have a. Oh, thank you, Sasha. I appreciate that. Tell your dad I say hello. I hope he's well.
What up, Sasha's dad?
But this is like that's the thing is I like we've all had very different childhoods. like
I feel like me and Marco have pretty similar childhoods, actually.
No,
I mean,
no.
wildly inappropriate. Yes, 100%. Yeah, wildly. Like, hey, you guys both experience things that have definitely ruined you forever, but you're managing now, which is good. That's a good
my
thing.
mama would have never let me get kidnapped. I was her welfare check.
That's
If
why my
she
mom
would've
got me
away
back.
with it. Yeah. Basically, it's one of those things where, on principle, she kept you around, Marco, but she was like, oh, if somebody wanted him, yeah, it's fine, but I need the money, so
There's going to be a payout somewhere.
Yeah, well, that's reasonable.
That's exactly why she wanted me back.
I was a tax exemption, if nothing else.
I mean, that's fair. That is, I mean, in this day and age, it's an important thing.
I don't even get me started on tax exemptions. I'm over here explaining the child tax credit to my mother last year during the tax season, and I'm starting to realize, I'm like, we were poor because my mom can't do taxes. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! My mom had to have missed out on like $30,000 over the course of my entire childhood.
How? Yeah. Hold on. She has like 19 children, and she doesn't know what the child tax credit is.
Ruined.
Because she didn't know that if you could claim
vagina was ruined after fucking 15.
She had 6 kids, but she didn't know that if you didn't work, you could still claim the child tax credit. So this bitch literally didn't only work like 3 years my entire childhood. So she was just collecting child support for the most part.
2 of those years was as a teacher for homeschooling, right?
Bartender, that kind of stuff. So
white trash.
Yeah, Marco, are the gears turning finally?
I mean, it took 5 years for him to get there.
You didn't put that together immediately when you first saw me?
No, because white folks, they usually have their mama pop in and out, and I ain't gonna lie, I still thought you were still living at your mama's house to this day. You just told her to leave when you were doing the shows. It was making you look bad. Henceforth you ain't been laid in a while and you're cooking on TV. I mean, then Dino said the fucking 15 kids, the ruined pussy, and the no job for fucking, now that's white trash. You totally switched over.
One of my brothers was born in a trailer.
Yeah, but that's America.
Well, also fair. That is.
The other one was my sister was born on a couch right in front of me. It was the craziest shit. I was like, oh my god.
That's called porn.
No. That is definitely not called porn.
Right.
You sick fuck.
You were watching your sister be born.
I walked in the room because there was a commotion.
And what kid number was that? Your sister probably just fucking strolled out like she was fucking Madonna.
She was number 5, actually. So pretty much.
Can you imagine his sister coming out? Vogue.
She vogued out of your mom.
She vogued out your mama's vagina.
Pretty much.
That is horrific. That is a horrific thing to put in people's minds. So thank you, Marco. That's I expect this is going to be turned off. That's fine. Yeah.
Where's the rest of the tax exemptions at?
Are they all?
The one's in prison. Actually, I think he got out today. They're all moved out. My mom moved out, so they all moved out. They're with her. The Grayson, Grayson. They all met Grayson. Grayson's at Job Corps. So
Grayson's in somebody's pocket in Job Corps.
Probably. It's government sanctioned trade school.
It's
good for him.
Well, if you know what Job Corps is, at least from where we grew up, if you got sent to Job Corps, that means you're going either to Job Corps or you're going to JJC till you're 18. At least in Job Corps, you get to earn a living and earn a trade or whatever.
Right.
But it's pretty much, you go to school and then you go to your room. You go to school and then you go to your room.
I mean, he's an adult, so he kind of has a lot more rights, but it is essentially that.
You got a lot more rights now.
Probably
I mean,
that too,
Realistically, though, that's a smart move. What is it? What trade is he taking? Do you know?
Carpentry.
He's gonna be like
It's
Jesus.
stupid, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, you should be a mechanic or something, but
Hey, electrician or
Jesus.
plumber. That's it. If you don't like poop, electrician. If you're okay with poop, plumber. It's
he
people.
can
Hey,
go. He can remaster too. Is the other thing. He
Okay.
can once he finishes, he can do another one. So one more.
Yeah,
So he
did
can
you
actually
like
double
this
major or whatever.
Come take another stint on us.
To get pretty much on our fucking taxes, right?
yeah. Well, your mom's overpaying taxes. Might as well go to him. But Jesus, I don't understand that.
Yeah,
The
no,
worst part is,
$30,000, bro.
I feel
It's not a
like
lot, but this was Bush's America.
When
It is a little bit of a lot.
okay, but when you tried to explain the child tax credit to your mom, did she try and explain it back to you completely wrong?
Yeah,
Like,
she argued with me.
yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, dude, you should. Yeah, I've come in like the one thing my mom can't stand is when I start talking like the Bible and shit like that, because she was the one who pushed that shit on me. You know, I learned. By the time I was 10 years old, I've read the whole Bible, like the whole Bible, like you know. And then she used to read, you know, make me read Bible stories and shit before bed, talk about fucking nightmares.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, you know, then I got older and I started doing more research. I started looking into the Dead Sea Scrolls and other religions and shit. And my mom would say something. I was like, Mom, you know that shit ain't real, right? Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, it was proven wrong. You know, I mean, and even in the Dead Sea Scrolls and in the Bible, it says that I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but you're going to hell and you listen to all that devil music, you know. And it was, what the fuck does that got to do with you being wrong about the guy dead on the T?
Dude, the dude who has voices in his head explaining to his mother that the Bible isn't real is diabolical. Like,
She did it. Either she did it or he did it. Either way.
Okay. Future Foji, we are talking about mansplaining versus shelaborating, but not really. So we're talking about anything. If there's something you'd like us to talk about, feel free.
And Shelabia.
Well, I mean, we're talking about it because Marco was mansplaining the Bible to his mom.
Pretty much.
There is nothing better though than when somebody explains something poorly and you're like, I don't think that's how that works. And there's like, what? No, because you just let them keep on talking. You just say,
Oh my God.
You just answer the question or no? Like,
I remember when the Passion of the Jew came out. Oh my God.
Why are you trying to get us demonetized? Why are you being like that?
I figured if I'd have said the name, that would have got you demonetized. I didn't use his name. He was the king of the Jews. Anyway,
he was the king of kings, actually.
He was the king of kings, yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Bro, I'm a little weak in English because I'm from India. Oh, are you okay? Can you explain the India-Pakistani war? We'd love to hear.
India was the UK.
No.
Wait a minute. Dot, not or slot.
Dot.
He said India.
Yeah.
I heard
one place. That's not.
That is one place.
That's one place.
Called London, United Kingdom.
Indian.
Okay. That's where India is. It's United Kingdom, India. Or Brampton over here. It's close to my house.
Well, either way, I hear there's some fuck shit going on in there. So we'd all like to know if you're safe over there and if our stupid fucking media is actually telling the truth.
Yeah, is there actually a war going on? Because we would like to know.
No, because I heard that Trump brokered a truce between them.
No, we're with the same people right now. We just came from the Asians. So
he had to pick up his $400 million airplane. That's very important. Okay.
And then while
priorities. Y'all hear about James Comey?
While Trump out here doing God's work, the French are over there doing dope on TV.
Hey, be careful about James Comey. What you're gonna say now, because that will get us shut down.
You think?
Oh, probably.
So
you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, there was a tweet put out that can be interpreted in a way that looks like it's inciting.
That's all it said. There's some numbers
in two distinctly colored units. So they are not one number. It's not 8647. It's 8647. And it's,
Right.
I mean, the implications of that can be taken.
Everybody knows what 86 something is, and everybody knows who 47 is.
Exactly.
Well, hold on. Let me. Okay. What does?
While you look it up, just to clarify too, Cash Patel has already posted on Twitter that the feds are looking into that. They're like, yeah, we're aware of the post. We're gonna
talking about yesterday. Cash Patel, I've lost a lot of fucking faith.
Oh, I have too, but at least they're taking that seriously.
I'll be honest with you guys. Do you remember the first Transformers movie when they called for backup and he got the Indian service guy? That guy and Cash Patel look identical. I shit you not.
That's what I thought it was at first. I'm not even gonna lie.
Shyamalan. He looks like M. Lam Shyamalan.
Yeah, M. Nat Shyamalan Ding Dong? Possibly. So just to be clear, I typed in what does 86? The first thing that came up was what does 8647 mean? So I just clicked on what does 86 mean? And number one is eject or bar someone from a restaurant or bar. Number two is reject, discard, or cancel.
Right.
So it's definitely like, so 86 is technically a hospitality term. However,
it's a big, when you say like 86 of fucking parsley or whatever, and kitchen means take it off the menu.
I feel like Google has softened that up a lot.
Right.
I feel like Google softened that up a whole lot.
So James Comey has deleted that tweet.
I bet he did.
Hold on. Are they still called tweets? Is that the?
Everybody's still calling them tweets. We still call it Twitter. Like,
yeah, that's what I call it. Yeah.
I'm fine with Elon for the most part. I don't know. He freaks me out a little bit, but I don't like South Africans. I never have, especially the white ones.
That's definitely racist. Okay.
They're the worst people on earth, and I'm okay with saying that.
A little bit, yeah. Well, they're trying. They're trying.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. But I
tried.
I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, it should be interesting to see what happens now that there's 50 of them, 50 new ones.
Mark, what are you laughing about?
I'm reading what the AI said 86 and somebody is.
Well, on the streets, it means something else.
Wow. I think it's 187.
Huh?
No, 187 is murder.
Yeah, 187 is murder.
Yeah.
I've heard 86 means clap somebody.
I don't know. Like, it definitely means to get rid of. Like, I don't know if it means to, attempt something stupid, because that's really what it is.
I mean, James Comey isn't from the streets, to be fair. So
he doesn't know what a street is. Let's be honest.
Did he even work in a kitchen? Is the funny part. Like, this dude's probably went straight to college and then got his little office job and then got approached by the feds.
For sure.
I meant to talk about this on Wednesday on the show, and it totally slipped my mind. But since you're talking about Comey, I think that this ties into some other shit that I was hearing leaking out. That there's like Comey's family members are all part of different shit that are still going after the administration.
Oh.
Like, I think there's
allegedly
a son or a son-in-law, and there's a female, maybe a niece or a daughter, and they all got ties into the intel and all that shit. So I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the tweet.
Allegedly. Okay.
Yeah, allegedly.
Calm down.
So also, I found out that this is off topic a little bit, but the Freud family owns Netflix.
The who?
The Freud family.
The Freud family?
Freud?
Like Sigmund Freud?
Psychologist? Sigmund Freud, yeah.
Guy who ruined therapy for everyone?
Yeah.
He might have or the family might own a big stake in it.
They started Netflix.
But that don't mean they still own it. The people who shall not be named and the Obamas all got stake in there too.
Well, so if we
make it any better.
If we Google it,
No, it
it's 4 people: Reed Hastings, Joe Haug, David Hyman, and Ted Sarandos.
I'm hearing a lot of German names.
I mean,
9.
You're right. I don't think it's the good German stuff.
why are you trying to get us to lose all of our channels there, buddy? What's
I'm dancing. I'm dancing around it.
Yeah. No, they don't. Well, a couple of ladies look German, but no, I don't know. Oh, those are the board of directors. They look very efficient. I don't know. It's weird, right? I remember because the Clintons, they have a lot of interest in that, and same with their own bombers. While Mark Randolph, a co-founder of Netflix, is the great nephew of Edward Bernays, who was a nephew of Sigmund Freud, the connection does not extend to ownership of the company. So apparently I'm the only one with a lady who doesn't elaborate. She mansplains. My wife mansplains to you. So.
I just slapped you with a labia right there.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure she elaborates.
Oh yeah, just to me though. This is the
British.
ongoing.
It just means she's educated. Doesn't mean she's not a woman.
Oh, she's definitely a woman. My wife does that to me though. She doesn't do. I teach her to not do it, and then she doesn't do it to other people. But to me, she elaborates constantly.
She's a
She
lady.
shouldn't be speaking to other people anyway. Women are meant to be seen, not heard.
Yeah.
If I don't get us in trouble with YouTube, I'm getting you in trouble with your wife. I'm just gonna shoot for it.
Oh, that's fine. She'll just shoot you when we come down there.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Oh, nice to meet you.
That's so gangster. No. She's gonna come to America as a British Chinese person where you're not allowed to have a gun and shoot me. That's wild.
She's gonna shoot you with a blowgun. It's gonna be like, oh, hi, Cole.
Yeah. You're dead. That's it.
British drive by, boom, on a bicycle.
Yeah.
Good night, Mr. Cole. Good night, Mr. Cole.
Victoria's like, because I like to chat with you. Oh, that is a nightmare. Why would you put me through that?
Gonna hop right back up on him, Dino's back, and they're gonna go right back to fucking Canada.
Like Master Blaster.
Here's a real question. Does Victoria does she hate us? Is she like?
No, she predominantly hates white women, white blonde women.
Oh, everybody hates them.
She hates white blonde.
I gotta buy a white blonde woman for the weekend. You guys come out.
I mean, it'd be funny. Yeah.
That means Victoria would like no one I've ever dated ever.
Yeah. Well, you don't like anyone you ever dated either, so
no. Me and Victoria would get along. We would bash my girlfriends.
You guys both hate blonde whites.
That's the only women I date, though. That's the funny part. It's like a weird.
I feel like we should take the Asian assassin to Cole's baby's mama's house.
No.
Okay, we can't say stuff like that. We can't say stuff like that.
Yeah. Just have the Asian assassin work out all her frustrations right there on the baby mama.
Marco, I've already been accused.
Allegedly, I think it's more about not liking entitled people. Yeah, and blonde women, 100% entitled. That's fair. Yeah.
Nah, I met a lot of trailer ass blonde women. I mean, Cole's mom's blonde, ain't she?
No.
So everyone knows this is all just
satire
and humor. Has nothing to do with anything in real life. We do not have an Asian assassin.
No, unlike what Sigmund Freud said, I date the opposite of the type of women that my mom is. I date women who knew their father, get good jobs, usually work in some kind of banking.
Yeah, so you can stay at home. That's fair.
Yeah, I try. I don't want to work.
Nobody does.
Yeah, that's what COVID did to your generation.
I was like that before COVID.
Yeah, so Sigmund Freud was a kook. Read Carl Jung. That's 100% accurate. Also, if you read up on stuff now, there was two guys.
Jung. Mansplaining.
It's gaslighting. Is what it is. You're gaslighting me right now. Okay. We should definitely. That's another shirt. It should be gaslighting. It's pronounced gaslighting. Just yeah. Just the words. It's pronounced gaslighting. So apparently there were two prominent guys for therapy. One was Sigmund Freud, who was blame everybody. It was probably your parents' fault or your mother's or whatever. And the other guy was like, no, you fucked up. You need to be better. And everyone's like, I want to blame everybody else. I don't want to have to do hard work. And history was made. Everyone became a bitch.
What religion was Freud?
Probably an atheist. No, wait a minute. Back then, he was probably a Catholic or Christian.
Blame everybody else?
He's
that
white.
Sounds like a specific group of people I know.
That sounds Protestant.
What religion was?
Sounds like getting kicked out of 109 countries is what it sounds like.
Okay, Sigmund Freud identified as Jewish,
but
his relationship with religion was complex. While raised in a Jewish household and familiar with Jewish scriptures, he eventually became estranged from religion and its practices. He described himself. He described himself as a completely estranged from the religion of his fathers, but still considered himself Jewish in the essential nature.
That's so much worse.
So all he was pretending to be atheist while he was still very Jewish.
That's so much worse.
Yeah.
Oh hell, Josh.
Oh my God. Jesus was Josh. Yahweh, the Tetragrammaton, is God. It's Jehovah. That is not Josh. You're retarded and you can barely read. Trust me, you're wrong.
The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, all one and the same in the trilogy.
It's not a trilogy. It's called the Trinity, you fucking retard. Let's start there. Number two, that is only for Catholics, and they're retarded and part of a cult.
Yeah,
that's not in the Bible.
We don't have
the Bible.
pantheon that the Greeks have.
A pantheon is a series of people. A trinity is three people that are one. It is made up by the Catholic Church. It's not real.
And the story of the Trinity is a trilogy, and a pantheon is what you guys have to worship.
How come?
Now you're just making up. You're shelaborating, sir.
Last Supper. Why wasn't Buddha invited to the Last Supper?
Why? What?
Why wasn't Buddha invited to the Last Supper?
Why?
No, I'm asking.
Because you're retarded.
Probably cooked the Last Supper.
Buddha was from it. You guys are both just gaslighting me. I hate you. I hate you both because you're both stupid.
Buddha came out with the ramen. That's why fucking Judas was back there poking. He was like, "Hey, Buddha, bring me my fucking plate."
Was Apollo there too?
You know what? If there is a heaven, if there's a heaven, I'm going, and I'm gonna laugh at you fuckers as you burn forever. That's
I was made for
I don't even believe in hell, but you guys are
made for hell. I'm gonna have a blast in there.
You live in
Josh yelling at the waiter, "Hey Zeus, bring us our fucking bread."
Give me 9 years, and I will be in charge of hell. Okay, 9 years, I'm running that bitch.
9 years, you're gonna see Cole sitting on the edge of the lake of fire, feet in the water, just burnt off, fishing like, I didn't want to do anything, man.
There is no reasoning with them, Victoria. They're both retarded. You can't. This is why the American education system needs to just fall apart.
Yeah, well, you know what? 65 million years ago, Buddha went to fucking Buddha was serving ramen, and Zeus was the waiter with no bread.
So Buddha was born or died 483 years before Christ. That's crazy.
Correct. Damn, I feel like I really do mansplain. No, it's not mansplaining. These two are just retarded. That's all. But they're just letting us into doing this because they're bad people. It's because their parents.
The problem is you two.
Buddha be praised.
You two. I don't know if it's because your parents loved you or what, but you two take shit too serious. That's what it is. We're having a blast. You two are mad as fuck right now.
That's correct. Yeah. You know why? Because our parents loved us. That's why.
That sounds like a lot.
You know where the Last Supper was at? Allah's place.
Israel?
It was at Allah's place. The Olive Garden.
I want you two to be like thrown back in time like 1,000 years and just watch the whole thing just fucking go to shit. It'll be hilarious because you guys will be like, "Hey, look at this!" And someone's
Garden.
You can't send me back in time because I like to talk to people. like stranger. I like to talk to strangers. The butterfly effect is in.
Yeah, no shit.
I will fuck up the future.
I'd be out there spitting game to Afro Titty.
I'd be like, Jesus, you need to watch out for Judas. Well, fuck that motherfucker.
Judas is a snitch, man. He's a fucking snitch. Fuck that cat. Nah, you ain't sitting on the mountain with me, motherfucker. Give me that fish and bread back.
Jesus would be like, rise above. And I'm like, fuck that. And I'm punching him. Like, be the bigger man. Nah, hell nah. That don't ever work out for me. You God son. I'm not.
To the bukkake with Mary Magdalene.
Right. Hey, let's go fuck them hoes, Jesus. You really not gonna fuck these hoes? That's crazy.
I mean,
Jesus had a foot fetish.
Right.
It's all in the Bible on how he used to have a hose rubbing his feet with oil and shit.
Well, I mean, when you're not fucking, you gotta have some kind of fun, right?
Josh was the first Diddy.
Just so people know, okay? This is what happens when you let people have sex when they're teenagers. Right here. This is these two. This
Nobody let me. I guess she did, the one girl. But
you both should have been in chastity belts until you were 37. LOL Jeebus would think we are derps, plus the fact he didn't know English. Also true. I feel like it'd be hilarious.
You read the Book of Mormon, Jesus knew English, Josh knew English, Josh knew John Smith.
That was Pocahontas.
I hate you both so much. Just so much. Right
John Smith. I saw the Disney movie. John Smith was Pocahontas.
Yeah, but he started the Mormonism, so he was fucking whoever fucking.
That's why they call her Pocahontas.
Elizabeth Warren.
Pocahontas.
65 million years ago, Elizabeth Warren came out of the reservation. John Smith, and fucking and Josh all had a three-way.
That's 2 shows in a row they're getting taken down.
Oh yeah, no. This is 100%. I actually had a course today that was talking about community guidelines, and I was like, so listen, I have 2 guys that come onto my show, both retarded.
You threw them in the bus.
I go, how can I make sure my channel doesn't get affected? And they're like, oh yeah, you have to just make sure if something happens, you blame them. And I'm like, perfect. Let's all do that.
Blame them. That's crazy.
It wasn't me that said
That's
it.
Crazy.
The 2 fucking harlots down here.
Yeah, fucking Josh at the Olive Garden.
When you were asking the question, Dino.
Yeah.
Dino, when you were asking YouTube the question about us 2, did you start it 65 million years ago? No, because you're a man.
That's also correct. I was straight to the point.
It was like, fucking Cole and Marco. How do I not get in trouble for this shit?
I say I reach out. I reach out and I encourage the I help 2 retards produce a show, but they say some crazy shit because their brains don't work, and they're like, "Oh,
man said retard 4 times in the past 5 minutes."
That's the word. It's on retard. It comes from a French derivative. It means slow. You two are basically turtles. So
we should just change the show name to Marco Polo.
Marco.
65 million years ago, Christopher Columbus and Marco Polo were on a boat.
Marco Polo was hanging out with the Chinese people or the Mongolians or whatever.
Yeah, they were trying to find a route to Asia, and they ended up in Jamaica.
If anyone ever wants to take a history class with these 2, I feel like just write down a lot of stuff, and it all comes together in the end somehow. But
I so bad want to explain history badly.
Oh yeah,
that would be a fun show.
Well, that's what you tried to do, and it got ruined. So
you ever see Drunken History?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, it'd be similar to that. Yeah. Well, I tried to do history with Atlas, but he wanted to just be like.
Yeah, he wanted to be a nerd.
He wanted it to be right, and I'm just like, this isn't fun. This isn't fun at all. I don't care, really, honestly.
And Jesus' gay trans friend.
That was Judas, by the way.
Yeah.
That was Jude's ass.
Jude's ass.
That was the Jew's ass. Everybody knew it, and that's where he got his nickname.
Oh my god.
Him and Jesus had a little thing going on, if anybody knew.
I mean, the only person we have 20 people watching. The only person who's commented is Victoria, which I'm like, yeah, that makes complete sense. Everyone's like, oh, I'm not putting my name on
You
this.
know, when he rose Lazarus was his penis.
The feds are watching. That's who it is. They're trying to figure out if we're a threat or not.
Yeah. This is all for satire, everyone.
Right.
It's just jokes. See, even Victoria's like, yeah, there's no helping you two. You're the prostitutes that Jesus would have tried to help and be like, all right, not you two.
I'm sorry, Victoria.
I'm not
Let me
in the
explain
feet.
it in a way you'll understand. So 65 million years ago,
Jay Diddy was getting his feet rubbed by the hookers.
That's not even the story, you retard. You're both
Retard.
retarded. Yeah, you're both retarded. There's no.
is she
Like,
laughing?
I thought you
background,
guys
or
were
is she
just
like,
slow, but you guys are packing like 4 extra chromosomes each. You guys are just.
is she laughing in the background, or is she like these motherfuckers?
And
Jay-
she's like, I don't
Jay
know why
Diddy
you
was
hang out
getting
with
his
these
feet
people.
rubbed down, and Buddha was the madam at the whorehouse.
I'm confident. I'm going to tell Victoria, like, hey, I'm going to meet up with Cole and Victoria and Marco, and she's going to go. I'm going to stay in the hotel. Go have fun. Try not to get arrested. I'm like, okay.
She don't want bacon wrapped jalapenos.
No, she'll just bring some back for me. I'm not going.
No
back.
dragon eggs.
Yeah. Oh, the dragon eggs are for me. She's not going to have them. Yeah.
Shit, we're doing Game of Thrones style. Hell yeah.
She doesn't hang out with peasants. That's not no. Come on. She barely hangs out with me.
The funny thing about that is we're not peasants, we're jesters, bro.
No.
65 million years ago, in medieval times, in the Dark Ages with King Arthur, we were given as gifts.
Right.
I mean, in one way or another, you technically still were, you bunch of sluts. Just one was sent to Florida, the other one was just given out to other ladies.
I wasn't given, I was taken.
You were
To Florida.
more ways than
And
more
his
ways than
father
one.
did not have a particular set of skills. His mom did.
She had what every white woman has, the fucking police.
She had a vagina, and she just replaced you with another kid.
Hilariously, she waited 6 months before going, where is that boy? Oh.
No, get the fuck out of here. Because you don't just call them and be like, I know where he is. She didn't know where we went. Give her a little credit.
The meth wore off.
Hey, if you get
the meth wore off, and she was like, who did I sell my kid to?
Listen, if you give your mom a little bit of credit, she's gonna run wild with
giving
it.
her
She's
the
like,
benefit of
I'm
the doubt.
basically the
Okay.
president. Okay.
I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. You know, that was a crazy fucking like year for me because like year before that, I fucking her mother, my mom's mom, let me drown in a pool. Like by the time I was like 10, my brain must have been developed like melted ice cream.
And that's where your voice comes from.
Once again, Victoria's mansplaining here. Jesters were supposed to be news givers. That's
what we're doing.
Spin the bad news into something more. No, you guys just give false news. It's different. It's just
bullshit. We talked about the Comey thing.
And it's only false news on your channel.
Yeah, in Canada.
I can wild out on this one.
Also true. Yeah, it's up in Canada. It's definitely.
Well, apparently I can't. I can't wild out on your channel.
Doesn't mean you haven't tried. No,
when you can say whatever you want, apparently, and you'll just get lagged. But if I say whatever you want, the whole thing gets pulled.
That's correct. Yeah.
It happened to Dino one time too.
Yeah.
One of the shows. He said something that we were talking about. I think a canal or something.
Oh, the Suez Canal, and
yeah, they shut Dino down quick. It was like Trudeau stuck his dick in Dino's computer.
A little bit.
Like
I saw a shock and a very small person jump out of the back of my computer.
Trudeau doesn't have a dick.
I'm sure he bought one a long time ago. It sits on his fucking little presidential nightstand.
He keeps it in his pocket. It's called the penetrator.
Yeah, he puts it in the back way though.
Yeah,
not in the front.
Well, he topped it off in the front, and
worse when he smacks you with it. You got a shitty cock right across your face.
He's not president anymore. It's okay, Dino. You're not going to jail.
His fucking butt buddy is now, though.
So let's talk about Xi Jinping.
Oh, fuck.
There you go. How about that?
Oh fuck yeah! Why
Idiot. Why are you such an idiot? Why are you such an idiot? So what's the thought?
Now
Michelle, if you are coming in now, trust me, you don't want to be. It's
the
just,
show's over. The show's over. Okay, hold on. I'll start from the beginning. Ray, we'll start from the beginning. So 65 million years ago.
the topic was mansplaining versus shelaborating.
Go ahead.
You didn't
And
really think we were
also-
going to take this serious, did you?
Also, the topic was how wrong can Cole and Marco be for any subject? And I'll tell you, the answer is significantly.
We have journeyed through time in this episode. Like this was
Specifically, all the way back 65 million years ago.
this was like Futurama when they got in the fucking time machine and they kept missing the spot. He's looking out the window. He's like, I'll shoot him from here, hanging out the window.
And then they both fucked both of their grandmas. That's what they did. That's basically how that worked.
Hey, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. You gotta keep it going. You gotta keep it going, man.
Right.
No, that's
I saw back in the future. I know it was
65 million years from now, Dino and Nana just stand still.
Nope.
Nana just stand still.
I am not a product of incest. Thank you very much. Yes, Marco, you're a Futurama geek too. He is a geek. We're all nerds. Except for Cole. Cole doesn't like anything popular because he thinks
I like Family Guy.
It's not popular anymore.
I know.
that's why he likes it.
I'm like
If it's
very.
popular, he's like, no. Like, ask him, hey, how often do you watch Lord of the Rings?
Never. Why would I watch that dumb shit?
What a homo.
You know what?
It took me 9 years to finish the original trilogy, literally. And then they made 3 more. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, I fucking watched all the movies at least 100 times a piece, and I still can't tell you a fucking thing about any of them.
Great.
Thank you.
Those are just one of them movies you put on as background sound. They're so fucking stupid. It's
It's
so
a great soundtrack. The soundtrack's amazing.
Now,
Watch it for the violence and the soundtrack.
the original animated ones, the Hanna-Barbera ones, like those were good. I remember watching The Hobbit and shit. Like I sat and I watched them, and you know the originals of it. But this new CG horse shit, it's nothing but fucking Minecraft or World of Warcraft on fucking. That's it. If you take Lord of the Rings and World of Warcraft, the movies, and compare them, it's the same shit.
Hey, and now I know why neither of your parents loved you, because you guys are shitty people. That's why. That's basically it. How dare you? How dare both of you?
Vehemently resent that you say I don't like popular shit. I just don't like what I don't like. I don't like Star Wars. I don't like Lord of the Rings. I don't like Harry Potter. But I love
Star Wars
The Boys. I love Fast and Furious. I love Game of Thrones.
Okay.
The Witcher was good for a second.
Yeah, Witcher was good, but
you're gay, Marco.
You guys also too.
Your name's Marco. You couldn't even stick with a masculine name like Mark. You had to keep going. Like Marco.
And now we're getting banned in multiple languages. Everyone, welcome to Mental Health.
Like Disney. I like Tarzan and Lion King and Pokemon.
The first time I watched the Hercules cartoon, the Hercules.
You know, fucking Frozen. That's my shit, dude. Let it go. Let it go.
Oh, you're
before she calls the cops or whatever.
So gay. Also, next Sunday, we are doing Lord of the Wings, so everyone make sure to like
Sunday.
Yeah, here on Sunday. That should be interesting. We might die. It'll be worth it. Yeah.
Not this Sunday. Next Sunday.
Not this Sunday. Next Sunday. Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to be down in person. We're going to do some good stuff. It'll be fun.
Did we decide where we're going to meet?
Probably Cole's house.
Cole's house?
Yeah, and then just
we're gonna stuff Cole's house full of funk.
Before Lord of the Rings, please, for the love of God, Cole, watch the first one. I mean,
I've seen them all. I've seen them. I just don't like them. I don't. That's the other thing. A lot of people just not like something and don't know nothing about it. I know all the lore. I know about Frodo and Aragorn. I know all about the Harry Potters. I know all about the Star Wars. I study it because I want to dislike it accurately.
He watched a TikTok on it. That's what he did. He didn't.
I watch them.
I like Lost Girl. I don't know.
I'm a fucking movie buff or cinephile or whatever you want to call it. Like, I love watching TV and sitting down doing nothing.
You are the king of gaslighting, sir, and your friend down below is even worse.
I've been known to gaslight a bitch or two.
Oh, you are definitely a gaslighter. So, and Saturday for Hammered and Cheese this week, we are doing a chicken bacon ranch wrap.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Dude,
so,
and not to cut you off, but you just reminded me of it. I watched that Cooking with History or History with Cooking, whatever show.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the new one with the Greek pancakes?
No, send it to me.
Yeah. I watched it last night. I was like, oh, now this might be something for Cole to make.
I mean,
it's real simple, but it's like I forget the name. They called it like a GRATINITE, some shit like that.
You added like 9 letters that were not supposed to be there.
It was all kind of fucking like vowels and consonants that didn't belong.
Something with goat cheese in it.
No, it did. No, it had no goat. It was a wheat flour.
I just goat cheese in the spelling.
Some kind of seeds up or thing.
I'm down though.
Tiganites.
I like pancakes.
Maybe.
Say it, Dino.
Tiganites.
Yeah, all kind of vowels and consonants where they don't need to be.
Right.
If you said it in English, it'd be Tiganites.
Be gyro.
Giganites. Yeah, you should make Giganites Saturday.
That sounds not good.
That sounds like Josh invented it.
I'd rather make Greek pancakes.
5 million years ago, Josh was down at the Olive Garden.
I just know Dina's going to try to make me make tzatziki.
You know what?
Even though he's Canadian.
Back making Giganites.
As an option to what we can do is we can tell the history of the Bible from your two perspectives. That might be something that would be entertaining.
I don't remember that book. That book was long. Yeah. I read it twice. I have no idea what happened. I had the same experience reading the Bible as I did watching The Lord of the Rings, okay? I'm pretty sure it's the same story. Somebody had a ring and they were trying to travel across. There was some burning bushes. I don't know. Somebody split the Dead Sea.
Oh, just
wow,
talking tree,
65
bushes, whatever.
I want to make sure everyone sees allegedly right here. This is there you go. It starts.
You cannot tell me Arwen was not Jesus.
Who the fuck is Erwin?
Arwen from
the bitch elf.
No, she's definitely Jesus. That's I can't even start to tell you how wrong that is. Anyways.
Yeah, he even lost me. Like
Jesus was an elf. We all know this.
Jesus was a Mexican, and Jesus was the fucking the cook at the Olive Garden.
Mexicans weren't invented yet.
Mexico was there, motherfucker.
Came over the Atlantic.
This has been mental health. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll be back on Saturday cooking.
Yet, Marco.
Bye.